Ladies and gentlemen, the topic for today is trade smarter, not harder. This is particularly important for those who are in the Uniswap space, where they're dabbling in all these new projects that have just sort of surfaced all of a sudden and are promising the world and to be revolutionary. But at the end of the day, 4 out of 5 of those projects are scams, and I'm going to tell you what to look for and what are the red flags. Firstly, let's talk about some of the red flags. You come across a project, it's amazing, it's got this burn of tokens, it's excellent tokenomics, they're predicting that this thing's going to go to the moon, but at the end of the day, we've got to do our research, we've got to really understand and do that in-depth sort of research to make sure that we're not falling into a potential trap or a scam. And one of those things that we need to look for is a white paper. A white paper is a bare minimum for a project, and I'm not talking about the ape casino that some of you sort of dabble in, but this is for those who are sort of investing and very new to the space and what sort of considerations. And white paper is definitely at the forefront. You can look at the Bitcoin white paper. It sort of sets a standard, although very short, and there are definitely some better white papers out there. A white paper is the bare minimum. The next red flag that I want to bring to your attention is anonymous teams. Stay away from the anonymous teams. And don't get me wrong, I know there's some excellent projects out there that have anonymous teams, and they might do that due to their government restricting the association with cryptocurrencies. However, when there's so many projects out there that are really good, why not just reduce that risk? Why not just stick to the teams that are should show a full suite of employees? And I'm going to use Algorand as an example here. As you can see here, they've got a team. It seems they've got the leadership up the top. Then they have some of their lower sort of leadership here. They've got some advisors. It's a perfect example in my opinion. Now next we want to sort of do some further in-depth analysis on these people. We want to make sure that these profiles aren't fake. So I've simply grabbed Silvio's name here, I've thrown it into LinkedIn, okay, and what I'm looking for here is to make sure that this is an active account that's been around for a while. It's got a list of accomplishments here. It's got references to Algorand, so they haven't just put in someone else's LinkedIn account on their website. That's a bare minimum what you want to look for. Determine whether these have a team that is going to back the project, whether it's going to be sustainable long term. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is locked liquidity. This isn't as important for those who are on centralized exchanges. I assume that they're sort of doing their due diligence as well. So there's a bit of security with the centralized exchanges, but this is particularly important for those who are on the decentralized exchanges and trying to get in early before the centralized exchange listings. Okay, so I've just referred you to Dexs tools, and here they've actually got I'm going to use Ramp as an example, one of the projects that we got in very early, and we have made some good money off. I'll bring you over to here. Dexs got this lovely suite of tools up here and quick links. You've got liquidity locked on Unicrypt, and you've got a team lock as well. So from the Dexs tools, I've gone straight to Unicrypt here, who specialize in locking liquidity, and you can see here that 21% of the total liquidity is locked, which sort of demonstrates commitment from the team that they're not going to just pull liquidity. And if they pull liquidity, so just so you guys understand, if they pull liquidity, right, your token isn't really collateralized against Ethereum. So because you've got the same amount of tokens, but now less Ethereum, right, collateralized, that means that these tokens just plummet to the ground. So again, you want to see locked liquidity. I can't really give suggestions as to what sort of liquidity is locked. However, I'd recommend at least 6 months locked liquidity as a bare minimum. And then you want to sort of look for a good healthy portion of that liquidity locked as well, depending on their pre-sale size. The next thing I want to bring to your attention is audits. Okay, so audits are vital. You definitely want to see some sort of audit, particularly if they're going to be storing funds in some sort of vault or some sort of liquidity pool, because we have seen many liquidity pools exploited and the funds disappear. So I'm going to use Aave, an example, for security audits. They've got here in the top right security, so you can click on that. It comes to this here. You know, they've got they're putting security as a top priority. And let's face it, if security wasn't a top priority in cryptocurrency, or sorry, blockchains, then we lose a lot of that purpose as to why would we bother with the blockchain, because blockchain's key fundamentals is security and encryption. Anyway, so here they've got blogs. They sort of state that is a priority for them. They've got a bug bounty, so if you find anything, they'll pay you to identify to bring it forward to them, right? And then we can click here, and they've got all their audits. All right, and you can see here all the audits they've done. This is the standard, okay? But of course, when you see some of these newer projects, they're not going to have as such a full suite of audits. However, you want to see things regularly. Every time they make a change to something about the token, you know, provide liquidity pools, you want to see some sort of audit every time they progress. The next one, it's not necessarily a red flag, but it's important, because face value is everything in crypto. Everyone gets hyped on the potential of what a cryptocurrency can do. And I use Tesla as an example. A lot of the value that they have is not based on how much they earn or how much they own, but a lot of it is based on their potential. You can do your own research on that. So one of those things that people sort of look for from face value is a website. And we've all seen the Warren Buffett meme as to the reason why he invests a lot of money into some of the cryptocurrencies, and one of them is that they have a working website. Now, if you want further guidance, or even just want to get in a instant messenger chat where you can collaborate with other traders or other beginners, join us in the Telegram. The link will be in the description, as well as our Discord, which is more of a collaborative storage of information that we have. Or you can simply go to our website and other YouTube videos where you can get more information. Stay tuned for my next episode within the beginner series of tokenomics.